Hello and welcome to this special edition of Top Employers 2022. I'm Morwick Pietersen. Through the Top Employers Institute certification program, participating companies can be validated, certified and recognized as an employer of choice. In 2022, Top Employers Institute has certified over 1,857 organizations in 123 countries or regions. Absa is one of the organizations which has been recognized for matching rigorous global benchmarks and also exceeding in a number of categories, including digital HR, learning, career development, ethics and integrity. Joining me now is Thokozile Lewanika Mpupuni, Group Head of Leadership, Learning and Talent at Absa. Welcome to the show, Thokozile. Good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you so much. Very excited to join you today.
Perfect. All right, Thokozile, Absa has been recognized as a top employer achiever. Why was this important? Why was it important to do this?
I think we had two primary reasons for participating in the Top Employer Africa certification. I think the first one is we have been on a journey as the Pan-African Absa group for about 4 years now. And we've done a lot to build up people practices that are aligned with our strategy, but that are also future fit. So this was a great opportunity for us to benchmark what we've been creating based on our own needs with the best of what's out there in the world. So I think that sort of check-in independent audit was really important for us. And I think the second thing is really it's just a great opportunity to learn because it's a very detailed exercise and you really do pick up really great thinking that you may not have had necessarily because of one strategic focus.
Now, Thokozile, what does achieving certification mean for Absa, Absa's journey and Absa's people?
So it means a couple of things. I think the first one is when one works for an organization like Absa, and I'm not just saying this because of my job, you're in a great company. Right? That does a lot for its people. So achieving certification is a great endorsement of it's okay for us to think we're great because other people think we're great too. So I think that's been really incredible for us, especially for the areas where we have focused a lot in recent years, like our ethics and integrity practices, our learning and career development, and our digital HR strategy. So I think that endorsement has been great. I think secondly, as an employer brand, it's also amazing because the benchmarking is based on global best practices, and we do aspire to be, the employer of choice, particularly on the continent. And so this is great for our brand. So people externally also know from Top Employer that Absa is a world-class place to work.
And what are you particularly proud of? I mean, areas where you were on par or above global practice standards?
So I think one of the areas we're really proud of is our digital HR strategy, because that ranked significantly above the top global benchmarks. We have implemented a lot over the years because, as you know, our business strategy is to become a digitally led business. And we know that that only happens if you're digital inside, and your people are digital citizens and they live in a digital world. It becomes so much easier to serve the customer effectively digitally. So we're really, really proud that everything that we've put in place, both from a culture perspective, but also from a technology and empowerment perspective, has come together in such a great way. Learning and career development is obviously very big right now because everyone is moving into thinking about this in terms of skills. And we've done a lot of that and democratized a lot of learning in our organization because we are creating a self-led, learning culture. So that was really great as well. And then, of course, we're a bank. So to have our ethics and integrity practices ranked so highly because banking is a trust-based business was also very affirming for us.
Thokozile, now, I believe that, being a top achiever, I'm sure you must be agile and you must have a great flow of work. But what are you prioritizing to work harder on? What are you prioritizing?
Yeah, so I think the great thing about these accolades and just work in general today, the world is changing every minute of every day. So we know, for example, while our learning and career development practices rank so high, or while our digital HR strategy has ranked so high, our business and the needs of our colleagues are changing daily, right? And we have to be responsive to that. So we're definitely focusing on our strengths and where we've ranked well to make sure that we keep being strong on those things within the changing context, of work. So we are definitely focusing on that. Of particular focus is we are working on how we are looking at reward systems and team structures, particularly in the hybrid working model, which we still have in our organization. We're looking at collaboration enablement across the business. How do we make this even more effective in a largely virtual working environment? We're looking at flexibility as well, like most other organizations, because people want not just flexible work, but also flexible lifestyles. And to remain attractive, to top talent, one has to conform to that. And I think the last one is also the holistic well-being, right? Because it's COVID and where we're at now has really highlighted the need for us to do a lot more around mental and emotional and financial fitness of our employees, who we call colleagues at Absa, and not just focusing on physical health and diversity and inclusion. I'm sure you've seen the stats, right? That's had a tremendous negative impact. Recent times have had a tremendous negative impact on D&I outcomes. So that's also an area of focus for us.
Now, Thokozile, very interesting. I further want to, as we about to conclude this conversation, I'd like to ask you, how does top employer certification, fit into your broader people and culture strategy at Absa?
Yeah, so if you think about where, I guess, the world of HR is today, you rightly said, it's a world of people and culture. It's no longer about human resources, it's about human centricity and really being able to connect with one's employees in their whole person, and not just the employee within the narrow scope of dealing with them in terms of their work. So what has been great for us in terms of top employer is that this partnership has brought a number of things to the table for us that are aligned with our strategy. We are pleased to see where we've made progress and where we've ranked highly. We are pleased to see where we know we're not quite there, some of the specificity that top employer has given us in terms of things we really need to look at. We've joined a great community of a lot of aspirational organizations. So we're certainly taking advantage of connecting with those high-performing people and culture communities as well. So we are eager to learn from them, but we are also confident that we have a lot to offer. So we are really looking forward to that as well. And having started this journey, we do intend to walk many years ahead with the Top Employer Institute, because their independent audit is really very valuable for us.
All right, very interesting. That brings us to the end of our conversation. Thank you to my guest, Thokozile Lewanika Mpupuni, Group Head of Leadership, Learning and Talent at Absa. And to all our viewers, it's goodbye for now.